A CEO's life cut short, the murder of Brian Thompson. The bustling streets of Manhattan, a city that never sleeps, became a stage for a tragedy that shook the nation. Brian Thompson, the CEO of healthcare giant UnitedHealthcare, was found lifeless outside a luxury hotel. He was in town for the company's annual investor conference, a beacon of success in the cutthroat world of corporate America. But on that fateful night, Thompson's life was cut short. A single gunshot wound ending a career marked by both accolades and controversies. Thompson's leadership at UnitedHealthcare had been a subject of much debate. His supporters praised his business acumen, pointing to the company's soaring stock prices and expanded market share. Yet, critics argued that his relentless pursuit of profits came at a cost, often at the expense of patients struggling to afford life-saving treatments. As news of Thompson's death spread, a wave of shock and disbelief swept through the nation. The NYPD launched a full-scale investigation, determined to bring the perpetrator to justice. The pressure was on, every ticking second adding to the weight of the mystery. Who would commit such a brazen act? And what was the motive behind this cold-blooded murder? The investigation quickly became a race against time, a tangled web of clues leading investigators down a path they never could have predicted. The search for Thompson's killer would uncover a world of hidden identities, radical ideologies, and a chilling glimpse into the mind of a suspect who seemed to have it all, yet was driven by a simmering rage. Capture in a fast food joint. The arrest of Luigi Mangione. Days turned into sleepless nights as investigators worked tirelessly, following every lead, every whisper that might lead them to the killer. Surveillance footage, witness testimonies, and forensic evidence slowly began to paint a picture of the suspect, a ghost-like figure blending into the city's crowds. And then, a break in the case. An unexpected tip from the most ordinary of places, a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. An employee, recognizing the man from the NYPD's wanted posters, made the call that would crack the case wide open. Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old former software engineer, was apprehended, his attempt to blend into obscurity failing under the scrutiny of a vigilant citizen. Mangione's arrest sent shockwaves through the nation. The seemingly clean-cut young man from a prominent Baltimore family didn't fit the profile of a cold-blooded killer. His background was impeccable, a graduate of prestigious institutions like Gilman School and the University of Pennsylvania, a former software engineer at a well-known company. What could have driven someone like him to commit such a heinous crime? The capture of Luigi Mangione was a major victory for the NYPD, but it was just the beginning. The investigation was far from over. Mangione's arrest was merely the first step in a long and arduous journey to uncover the truth behind Brian Thompson's murder. Unmasking the suspect evidence and background of Luigi Mangione. As investigators dug deeper into Mangione's life, a chilling picture began to emerge, a stark contrast to the image of the brilliant young man with a promising future. A search of his belongings revealed a treasure trove of incriminating evidence, each item adding a new layer to the puzzle of his motives and his descent into darkness. A ghost gun, a firearm with its serial number removed, was found in Mangione's possession, its sinister nature hinting at a premeditated act. Fake IDs and a fraudulent passport pointed to a life lived in shadows, a man on the run from something or perhaps someone. But it was the handwritten document, filled with venomous rants against corporate greed and social injustice, that sent chills down the spines of seasoned detectives. Mangione's online footprint revealed a disturbing fascination with radical ideologies. His digital trail littered with reviews of extremist literature and disturbing forum posts. A Goodreads profile seemingly belonging to Mangione showed a particular interest in the Unabomber's manifesto, his comments echoing the violent rhetoric of the infamous domestic terrorist. His online activity painted a picture of a deeply troubled individual, consumed by anger and resentment towards the very fabric of society. The evidence against Mangione was mounting, but investigators were still grappling with a crucial question. Why Brian Thompson? What was the connection between this seemingly ordinary young man and the CEO of a healthcare giant? The answer, they hoped, lay buried deep within the labyrinth of Mangione's past, a past shrouded in mystery and contradiction. Unanswered questions. The ongoing investigation. With Mangione in custody, the investigation shifted gears, focusing on building an airtight case against him. Forensic experts meticulously analyzed the evidence, working tirelessly to connect the dots between the suspect and the crime scene. DNA samples, fingerprints, and ballistic analysis were just some of the tools at their disposal, each test holding the potential to either solidify the case against Mangione or throw the investigation into disarray. The motive behind Thompson's murder remained a central focus of the investigation. Was this a random act of violence by a deeply troubled individual? Or was there a more personal connection between Mangione and the slain CEO? Investigators were particularly interested in a phrase found scrawled in Mangione's notebook: delay, deny, defend. This phrase, eerily echoing tactics often attributed to insurance companies, hinted at a possible link between Mangione and the controversial practices of UnitedHealthcare. Thompson's death sparked a wave of reactions, ranging from shock and sadness to outrage and accusations. Some saw it as a tragedy, a life cut short too soon. Others viewed it as a consequence of the ruthless world of corporate America, a world where profits often trumped people. The investigation into Brian Thompson's murder was far from over, but one thing was certain. It had exposed the deep divisions in society, the simmering anger at a system that seemed rigged against the ordinary citizen. As investigators delve deeper into the life of Luigi Mangione, the nation waits with bated breath, hoping for answers, for justice for Brian Thompson. The trial promises to be a spectacle, a courtroom drama played out on a national stage, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the dark undercurrents that lurk beneath the surface of our seemingly ordered world.